morning, friends. Welcome back. Okay, so this is our second demo session. And as you know, this is a package. And in this package, we have actually there is a change in this package. I'll come to the change very soon. But right now, 6 a.m. session is for Amazon Web Services, right? At 6 a.m., we are going to go with AWS. And what changes we have in this package, I'll just come to that very soon. But right now, this is the time for our cloud computing concept. Okay, so yesterday we have seen some very basics of cloud, and today also we'll just try to go and explore few more things about cloud computing, and let's see how things will go actually. Okay, so maybe tomorrow also there is one more demo session. Again, tomorrow we'll just try to go with a bit more, you know, concepts of cloud computing. We are preparing, the fundamentals here. We are trying to cover all the fundamentals. Once the fundamentals are completed, we can just start our main concepts. Okay. So what we did yesterday, friends, what we know about cloud computing? Cloud computing, remember we have discussed about these servers actually, right? We said we can take a server in two ways. What are the two ways? If you want to go and take a server is indeed the backbone of our internet. Server is indeed the backbone of any network, right? So we can take server in two ways. One is physical server and the other one is virtual server. We can take a physical server and we can take a virtual server. Physical server, like, it's like a computer or a laptop where we have certain hardware configuration. Okay, so we can take a physical server from companies like IBM, HP, Dell, and all the other companies, and we can, install the server operating system and we can run our application there, or we can simply store some data. Done. That is your physical server. Now, what about virtual server? The use of virtual server is exactly like your physical server. Like, we are running a application that we need to install the server operating system. It can be Windows server or Linux server. And then we need to simply run the application or store the data. It is same. The use is same. But the difference here is physical server is one. And in that one physical server, we are installing only one application. Okay. But virtual server is part of a physical server where in one physical server, we can install, let us say 30, 50, 100, 200, 500 virtual servers. It's a very technical point what I'm trying to explain you here, friends. But we'll come to this in great detail. This is a concept of virtualization. Remember, I told you virtualization is the backbone of our cloud computing. Without virtualization, there is no cloud computing here. Okay. So virtual server is like a software server. It is a server that consists of some files and folders. And virtual server is also used to run some applications and store the data. So physical servers are in a way outdated in companies. No one is using all physical servers. Majority of companies, when I say majority, I'm talking about 95 to 98% companies today, they are using only virtual servers. Okay, so whenever you connect to any application today on the internet, that application in majority of cases is running on a virtual server, and this virtual server we can take from cloud. Okay, so if I go with the definition of cloud in a way, let me show you a very simple definition. See, this is what the Amazon people says. See what this says here. This is cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet. So what is cloud computing? It is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Now, what are IT resources here? IT resources are majorly server, storage, database. These are your IT resources. Okay. So cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. See, Amazon says clearly, this is instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers. See what this says. This is instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on as needed basis from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Services. This is, listen, you want to run your business. So to run your business, what you need? You need certain servers, maybe 50 servers, maybe 300 servers, maybe 1,000 servers, maybe 4,000 servers. You need storage, maybe 10 TB, 50 TB, 100 TB, 1,000 TB. It doesn't matter how much TB you want. So this is, instead of buying and maintaining your physical servers and physical storage, do one thing. Come to us. We are cloud providers. We will provide you everything. Tell us how many servers you need. You need 30 servers? Take 30 servers. You need 180 servers? Take 180 servers. You need 750 servers? Take 750 servers. You need 3,500 servers? Just take 3,500 servers. Cloud people says, how many servers you need? You can take that many servers for sure. Okay, we'll provide you literally everything. We'll provide you literally each and everything there. Okay, there is a question here. I'll come to this question very soon, Ramya. I'll just want to cover some basic things first, and I'll come to your question. Okay, it's about your syllabus, so I'll show you what exactly we are going to cover here. Okay, fine. So this is what this is actually. So we just need to go there. We need to create an account in cloud, and we need to use the resources in. Fine. Let me show you how we can, access our cloud services. Every person should have a AWS account so that they can do practicals, and every company should create an account like this. See, this is your actual AWS account that I'm accessing now. Very soon I'll show you how to create AWS account. So it is asking me to enter some MFA code. This is for security reasons. So let me just enter my code here. Done. So I have successfully logged into the AWS console here. It will be exactly like this in your account, and it will be exactly like this once you join a company as a cloud administrator. Okay, so here we can select our different regions. A region means a place where Amazon people have data centers. So let me go to my nearest region, that is Hyderabad. Okay, so see here, coming back to the definition again, what it says here, it says it is an on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay, so what they are doing here, they have huge data centers available, located in different physical locations. Just a second. Yeah, so the Amazon people have different regions available where they have big data centers available. So they are simply asking the customers to connect to the data centers and use the resources which are available in the data centers. So remember the data center size, how big the data centers are. If I say AWS data centers, these are the data centers, my friend. This is a data center that you can see from outside. And if I just go with the size of the data center, this size of the data center is bigger than maybe, let's say, 30 football grounds. 30 football grounds is one data center, or maybe more than 30 football grounds. This is from outside, but from inside, it will be something like this. See, someone is working there. What you see, those boxes, they are actually known as racks. What are these? They are racks actually, and a person is trying to make some changes there. Maybe probably he is a network administrator or some administrator. Okay, so he's just trying to make some changes there. So this is a data center, my friend. This is just one data center what Amazon people have across the globe. There are like many data centers they have. Okay, so fine. Internally, it will be something like this. Done. So Amazon people have data centers available across the globe. Remember, one data center can cost them 40,000 40,000 crores, 30,000 crores, 50,000 crores. Actually, that will be the overall cost of the data center. They are spending that much money to establish one data center, my friend. One data center at one geographical location. So why they are spending that much money? When I said 30,000 crores, 40,000 crores, 50,000 crores, that is huge money, right? So they are spending that much money because there is a demand. That much is the demand. See, when they started cloud computing in the year 2006, they had only one data center. There is a Northern Virginia place. There was only one place where they were providing the services. But in the year 2025, they have approximately 37 different regions available. What is a region here, friend? A region is a place from where they are providing the services. So as of now, there are totally 37 different regions available from Amazon, from where they are providing the cloud services. In India, one region is in Hyderabad and the other region is in Mumbai. These are the two places from where the AWS people are providing cloud services. Okay, so this is only about Amazon Web Services. Coming to Google, Google also have different regions. Microsoft have different regions. IBM, Alibaba, they have their own regions actually. Okay, so region, like I said you, it is a place from where Amazon people will provide you all the services. They have the data centers established at this particular place. Fine. So this is about cloud computing, my friends. What we can do here, we can just go to a module called EC2 or a service called EC2. And here we have an option called, let's say, Elastic Block Store. Here we can go with a concept called volumes. And here we can ask AWS people to provide certain volume here. Volume means we are taking some storage here. See, I'll just click on this create volume here. Now tell us, AWS is saying, tell us how much storage you need. You need 1 GB storage, 10 GB storage, 100 GB storage, 1000 GB storage, 10,000 GB storage. We just need to enter the amount of storage what we need, the storage capacity, whatever we need. If I say 10 GB storage, you know what AWS will do now? Once I say create volume, within few seconds, AWS will provide me 10 GB of storage. I have simply taken 10 GB of storage from the Amazon people. What I can do now, I can use this storage. I can connect this storage to my virtual server and I can store data in this 10 GB storage. And whenever I need to increase the storage, I can simply go back to the Elastic Block Store service. I can select the 10 GB storage. I can go to action. I can simply modify from 10 GB. Let us say I'm increasing to, let's say, 25 GB. Now, how much GB storage is here? 25 GB storage is here. If storage is not needed, I can select the storage. I can go to action. I can simply delete my storage. Done. So last 30 seconds, I have taken storage of 10 GB. I have increased the storage from 10 GB to 25 GB. And if not needed, I can simply delete my storage. In this same way, what we can do here, friends, we can go to instances. That is a virtual machine actually. I can take a virtual machine. I can run the application. If needed, I can increase my virtual machines. If not, I can delete the virtual machine. This is such a simple configuration, my friend. Practically, it's very easy. Concept wise, this is one of the best concepts you can have actually. Cloud computing concept is so simple that, whatever resources we need to run a business, whatever resources we need to run a network, we can take all the resources virtually from a cloud provider like Amazon or Microsoft or Google or any other cloud provider. They just offer you literally everything. Whatever things you need to run a business, they offer you everything. So this is, it is a on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Whatever resources you're using, that much you need to pay. It is something like your electricity bill. How much electricity bill we pay every month? How much we are consuming, that much we need to pay, right? Maybe last month, maybe let's say you paid 3,000 as your electricity bill. Maybe next last month it was 3,000, so maybe next month it can be, let's say, 1,800. It depends on the consumption, right? How much electricity we are consuming, that much we need to pay. Cloud is similar, my friend. On day one in cloud computing, we are not paying anything. Once we start using the resources from Amazon, they will provide you a bill every month. So whatever we are consuming, whatever resources we are consuming, whatever resources we are using, according to the resources utilization, we have to pay this much money to the cloud provider. Done. So this is the beautiful concept of cloud computing. So today, literally every company is connected to cloud completely or partially. Without cloud, we cannot imagine a company, my friend. Without cloud, we cannot imagine a application. Without cloud, we cannot use the internet even for, let's say, 10 minutes. Once you go and say google.com, youtube.com, facebook.com, once you pay some money, online transactions, once you ordered some food, once you book a cab, you're literally connected to an application which is running somewhere in cloud. Maybe in Amazon cloud, Microsoft cloud, or Google cloud, wherever, but it is running in cloud. Done? Now, before we go and see a few more things, let me just show you the changes what we have done here. This is information I got yesterday from the management. So let me just, put all the details clearly for you. See, we have introduced a package, or we are introducing the package from today actually. And this package, we have three courses. One is AWS, plus the Linux administration. And we are very happy to add CCNA as well in this particular package. See, like I said, if you want to go with a career, like a cloud computing career or a DevOps career or cyber security or ethical hacking career, there are certain things you should know for sure. Okay. So normally we used to start cloud computing directly by, conducting some basic classes on Linux and basic classes on networking. But, we have realized something that is, people are able to learn, but it's not easy to crack a job. The reason is whenever you are applying for a job, companies are looking for people who knows the server administration as well as the network administration. Without server administration and network administration, it's very difficult to crack a interview, my friend. The reason is when you go for cloud computing job, or let's say DevOps career or a cyber security career, if you're not strong in the server administration part and the networking part, probably you're not reaching a round where you're facing questions from cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security. Every person should have strong understanding of the Linux operating system as well as the networking part. So we have introduced this package, or we are introducing this package from today. And this package contains three things: AWS, Linux server administration, and network administration, that is a CCNA. We are not learning the basics of Linux. We are not learning the basics of CCNA. We are going with the administration part of Linux and administration part of CCNA. Okay. And I'm very happy to announce this. This package is only for 7,999 INR. So if you go separately with AWS, Linux, and CCNA, probably you will be spending around, let's say, 18 to 20,000 Indian rupees there. But as of now, there is a package, there is an offer here, and this package is only for 7,999, which includes Amazon Web Services, Linux administration classes, and the network administration classes. And 6 a.m. is for AWS. Yesterday was the first demo session, so today is the second demo session. So we'll continue with AWS at 6 a.m. There is no change here. And from next Monday means I think it is 14th. Yeah, 14th of April at 9 p.m. I'll be starting CCNA there. Like I said, friends, every session will be recorded here. Today's session also, the recording has started. Literally each and every session we will record here. Linux, all the sessions will be recorded. CCN, all the sessions will be recorded. Amazon Web Services, each and every session will be recorded, and all the sessions will be shared with you. And coming to the Linux and the CCN, I'll be sharing a lot of running notes, actually practicals, lab manuals, running notes, interview questions, and all the other things. Okay. So as of now, we are starting Amazon Web Services at 6 a.m. This is a slot for AWS. And from coming Monday, 9 p.m. I repeat, 9 p.m. it will be CCN. And within couple of weeks, we'll go with the Linux server administration also. See, in case if someone is not flexible with the times, like, we have the recordings available every day. We will share the recordings with you. And in case if you want to go through the recordings and if you want to come to me for any doubts and questions, I'll be sharing my WhatsApp number with you as well as the mail ID. You can ping me on my WhatsApp anytime for any doubts or for anything you want to clear about a particular technology. Okay. What's here, my friend? The package we are introducing here because this is a demand of the market. Every company across the globe, they are looking for people who can work on the networking part, the Linux administration part, as well as the cloud computing part. I repeat, if you are good in the server administration part, that is Linux, if you are good in the network administration part, that is CCNA, then you will be very good in cloud computing, DevOps, cyber security, and all the other things. I repeat again, in case if you don't have sufficient time to come for all the live classes, we will provide you each and every class recordings. Like for example, when we start CCNA from Monday, recordings will be shared with you day to day, day wise. We'll create a Google Drive and we'll share all the recordings with you. And coming to the Linux administration, we'll go with the Linux administration after like few weeks. Yeah, Ramya, please go ahead with your questions.
Yeah, hi, very good morning.
Yeah, good morning,
Yeah,
Ramya.
actually, yeah, actually, I mean, I have connected from US. So my main concern is like I thought of doing few certification here due to visa restrictions. So will it be? I mean, you will be covering everything regarding with the certification related, or like how you will be going ahead with the AWS?
Yeah, this is one
Since
of yeah, I got
yeah,
your question. This is one of the common question that we will get in every demo. See, there are two ways of learning any technology. There are two ways of
oh,
learning any course. Let's say AWS or Linux or CCNA. One way is to
okay,
go with the official syllabus, like the syllabus that AWS or Linux or CCNA offers you. You can go with that particular syllabus. That is one way. Second way is we can go with a package where you can learn multiple technologies because that is a demand. That is what companies are looking for. So what is a better way to go with? Should we go with like, the complete package or should we go with only one course and that is the official syllabus? Listen,
okay,
my
I
friend.
got it. Yes, I got
Yeah.
it. Like, this is a good idea. But the thing is, my concern was like, basically, like, even since I have 5+ years of experience from India, so here, if we are looking for any job, means like they'll be asking related to some certification. So, like, because of time, just asking you regarding that.
Yeah, I'm coming on certification only. The next thing I was supposed to say here is
Okay.
certification is the easiest thing you can do. So what I'm trying to
Oh.
say here is when you
Mm-hmm.
learn something, learn according to the market demand, learn according to the
Mm-hmm.
company requirement.
Yes.
Certification, my friend, is the easiest thing you can do. Now, what it means when I say certification is the easiest thing you do. See, for example, imagine I'm saying, listen, these are, let's say, 350 questions and answers. I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
take these 350 questions and answers, prepare these 350 questions and answers in next, let's say 20 days, for example. By the way, these 350 questions and answers are multiple choice questions and answers. So prepare these 350 questions and answers. Okay. And when you
Mm-hmm.
go to examination, let's say you are getting 60 questions in examination. And what if
Mm-hmm.
I say all the 60 questions will come from this 350 questions?
Yeah, got it.
Will it be difficult for you to write the exam?
Mm-hmm.
No. So
No, yeah.
examination is there, the certification is there only to get an interview call, my friend. That's it.
Yeah.
Certification is not getting a job for us. It is only getting maybe an interview call, especially in a place like USA or maybe a place like,
Mhm.
let's say, Gulf countries. Okay. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we have to face the interview. We need to answer the questions. Then only we'll be selected or not selected according to the interview.
Yeah.
So this particular
Yes.
package, what we have designed here, we are preparing people to face interviews and to work in a company. And in middle of this, if someone is interested in examination, that is a great thing to have actually any certification, Linux certification or CCNA certification or Amazon Web Services certification. If you have this certification with you, that is an added advantage. But what I'm saying here is certification, like I said, is the easiest thing you can do because for certification, we have something called dumps. Dumps means there are
Yeah.
certain question and answers available. We
Yes.
just need to
Yeah.
take those questions and answers. We need to write the certification. I did many
Yes. Yes.
certifications in my life. I did many certifications in my career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All the certifications I have done by taking dumps. And what are these dumps? Certain questions will be available on internet. Where they are available, I'll explain you all these things in coming classes. I'll show you everything. But some questions
Yeah.
are there on the internet. We just need to take those questions, prepare them, go for the examination. You're cracking the examination. I have seen many people actually, my friend, who did certification first and then they came for the course.
Yeah.
I have seen people like this. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
There are two
Yes, yes,
things.
got it.
Learning should be the top priority for you. First, you should learn the things. But again, certification is not a big deal. You can simply pass the certification across the globe just by preparing dumps.
Yeah, and also, what is the duration of this three courses under this package?
See, the three courses, if you go separately, my friend, then it can go up to like say 3 point, at least 3 months in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
but if you want to go parallelly, let's say morning 6 a.m. AWS and evenings 9 p.m. CCNA, or morning 6 a.m. AWS and 9 p.m. let's say 9 a.m. let's say Linux, something like this. If you want to go parallelly, most probably let's say 100 days.
Okay.
Two courses parallelly, if you can go, then 100 days maximum you need to complete the complete package. Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration, as well as a network administration.
So you will be updating the timings as well, right? Like before registration, or how exactly it will be?
See,
Linux classes. Yeah.
Linux classes, we will update the timings very soon once we start the Linux classes. But as of now, for AWS and CCNA, these are the fixed slots.
Okay.
Okay, so at this time
So
only we have to go
yeah.
with AWS and CCNA.
So these are all live classes only, right? Because I was looking for mainly live classes instead of just going through the courses. So that's why, like, this will be the live classes only.
Every session will be live session. I'll be handling Amazon Web Services,
Okay.
Linux, and CSN. I'll be taking all the three classes, and every session is a live session, and every session should
Okay.
be interactive. See, I may not ask you to go with the, unmuting yourself in every session. Chat box will be there to interact. At the end of the session, we can have some conversation here if you want to clear any doubts, but every session will be a live session for sure.
Okay.
The live
Thank you.
session will be recorded and this live session will be shared with you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for clarifying the doubts.
yeah, fine. Thank you. Okay, so this is the package we are introducing for the first time, my friend. And this package, like I said, it includes three different courses. Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration, and the Network Administration. I'll repeat the question again. Do we need to learn all these three things? It is literally mandatory for you to know the server administration part, the network administration part, as well as the cloud administration part to crack a good job in any company across the globe. Okay, if you can you learn AWS without Linux and CSNA? You can learn AWS without Linux and CSN, that's for sure. But can you get a job? Most probably no. Today, when you go and analyze things, when you go and see the administrators who are working on cloud for last, let's say 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, there is one thing common in all these administrators' career. That is, these people knows the Linux administration part as well as the network administration part. We simply cannot ignore these two things. One more thing. Once you complete this package, my friend, you can apply for different job roles. You're not restricting yourself only to one particular job role. You can apply for server administration on level 1 and level 2. You can apply for network administration on level 1 and level 2. You can apply for cloud computing on level 1 and level 2. And there are many more job roles you can apply on. You will be applying on different job roles in one company. If you're not selected for some reason on cloud computing, your resume shows like the Linux as well as the networking part. Most probably a company can select you on the Linux administration part or the network administration part. If you get a job opportunity on Linux administration part, take the opportunity, grab the opportunity. Very soon you can move from Linux administration to cloud, from cloud to, let's say, anywhere in cloud. There are different opportunities we have in cloud. Cloud is not one job role, my friend. For next 20 years, you can do different things in cloud. That much is there in cloud computing, my friend. Okay. Or let's say if you got an opportunity to work in, let's say, network administration, then again you can go with the network administration job, and very soon you can simply move into cloud or cyber security or DevOps or anything. Okay. Yeah, Ved Prakash, please go ahead with your question, my friend. Ved, I'm waiting for your question. Can you please unmute yourself? Or if you want to send a question in chat box, that's much better actually.
Hello.
Yeah, Ved Prakash.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Uh, my question is regarding the scripting language.
Mm-hmm.
Better for to learn DevOps for the DevOps engineer. Which
Mm-hmm.
language is better for the DevOps engineer? First is Bash shell scripting or Python. Which should we go
See,
for?
as of now, if you have to go with Linux server administration, network administration, and the cloud computing, there is no scripting or coding needed as of now for this particular package. That is the one thing. Second thing is if you want to move into cyber security or DevOps or anything in cloud computing, any advanced part in cloud computing, you should know at least one scripting. You should learn one scripting at least in future. That will be good actually if you go with, let's say, Python. Python is much better for us if you want to go with, let's say, cyber security or advanced part of cloud computing or let's say DevOps and all those things. There is a tough competition between Python and Linux shell scripting actually. If you learn one, the other thing maybe you can, manage easily. So you just need to learn one programming language or one coding. So that will be like, Python or shell scripting. Better go with Python. That is my personal suggestion. Better go with Python. But for this particular package, Linux, AWS, and CCNA, like I said to my friend, coding is not needed. Programming is not needed for this. But if you want to go with the advanced part of this, obviously in future you will be learning some advanced things, right? So if you want to go with the advanced part, then most probably you'll be learning something and most probably you'll be going with the Python only.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks
Okay.
for the information, sir.
Yeah.
So
Welcome.
currently, I'm the working professional, and in my whole career, I have seen that coding is also required for the automation purpose, right? Suppose if we deploy anything, right, for the
Mm-hmm.
deployment purpose, if we are going and want to automate the same process, so we need the Python or shell scripting language. But in my company, I have seen that many scripting language have used.
Yeah, yeah, it will be
That's
used
why.
for sure. See, every career has certain, levels, right? Basic level, level one, level two, level three, level four, all these things. What we are learning here is for level one and level two. We cannot learn, like say level three. We cannot become in 3 months. We cannot become a 7-year-old experienced person or a 8-year-old experienced person. Experience will come with work. So once we start anything, we need to learn from the scratch, from the basics, and we need to go up to the advanced level. So with this particular package, you can easily add up to at least 3 years of experience in your resume. I will not recommend you to go with more than 3 years actually. So maximum 3 years of experience you can easily add here. Okay. Now, there is one more very good question coming here. The question is, I want to learn Docker and Kubernetes. So, should we need to learn all this before starting Docker and Kubernetes? One of the best question here, my friend. And if you want to be successful in this career, then start from Linux, CCN, and Amazon Web Services. Learn this particular package. So when you learn, where you learn, with whom you learn, it's a different thing. This is not a, you know, this is just a, friendly conversation here, right? So I'm saying if you want to start your career, Dockers and Kubernetes and all the other DevOps tool and all the other things that you do, like advanced cloud computing, security in cloud, cyber security, ethical hacking. I have never seen a person in my career who is working on these technologies without having the knowledge of Linux and CCNA. You simply cannot understand many things in Kubernetes if you don't know the knowledge of networking. Linux is the base for Kubernetes and Dockers and all the other things. They all work on the Amazon Web Services. Your first goal should be to understand the concepts of networks, to understand the concepts of Linux server administration, and to understand the services of Amazon Web Services. Without learning these three courses, my friend, if you're going for some higher technologies, like the latest technologies like DevOps or cyber security or anything else, you're simply wasting your time. If you come to me and if you say, I want to learn cyber security, I'll say, pay 30,000 and learn cyber security. That's possible. That's 100% possible. You can come in the class, you can sit in the class, you can complete the class. For example, tomorrow I can go and watch a French movie. I can pay the ticket, I can sit in the movie theater, I can watch the movie. Or do I know the French language? No. I can simply watch the movie, right? 2 hours will be done. I'll sit there, I'll watch the movie, job done, movie is over, I need to exit the theater. But if I go and watch a Telugu movie or a Hindi movie or an English movie, that I can understand, right? So I can watch a movie without knowing the knowledge, without knowing the language. But can I understand 90% things? I cannot understand. Maybe I can just see the actions there. Maybe I can see the movements of the actors, and maybe I can just try to understand few things. But overall, I cannot understand. So the basic for your career in DevOps, cloud, and the cyber security, these are the three major things we have right today. So the basics for this is Amazon Web Services, Linux administration, and the network administration. And should I go with Python only in aspects of DevOps, not bash shell scripting? Like I said, my friend, there is a very tough competition between Python and shell scripting. After completing Linux, mostly they go with shell scripting, and there will be a time in your career where you will go with Python as well. One programming language is needed for you, one scripting language is needed for you. So soon you'll be learning something. But as of now, to go with this particular package, no programming language is needed. Can I just come back in 30 seconds, please? Be ready with your question. I'll just come back in 30 seconds. All right. So let us go through the syllabus first. Let me just take you through the syllabus of cloud computing, Linux administration, and CCNA. So this is the syllabus of CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. So here we'll be learning all the basics that we need to cover for the networking. And like I said, these basics are mandatory for you to go with the concepts of DevOps or cyber security or cloud computing and all those things. Especially there is a concept of IP addressing. Whenever you go with DevOps, there is a networking part. Cyber security, there is a networking part. Cloud computing, there is a networking part. The IP addressing and subnetting is a concept that 95 to 98% people across the globe, 95 to 98% administrators across the globe cannot crack. They have very less to no knowledge on this IP addressing. And it's a very surprising thing. Like, people are still working on these technologies without having the knowledge of IP addressing and subnetting. They just try to see everything and they just try to do something by using Google or let's say YouTube, by just trying to get some help from Google or YouTube. IP erasing and subnetting is such an important topic, my friend. This is the backbone of our technology. Without having the proper understanding of IP erasing and subnetting, you simply cannot learn anything in cloud or simply cannot understand many things in cloud or DevOps or cyber security. Okay, so in CCNA, we'll be spending around 7 classes actually. 7 hours or more than 7 hours of IP addressing and subnetting. It will be around 8 to 9 hours actually, where we'll be spending time on IP addressing and subnetting only. This is such a big thing, my friend. Okay, so this is something I need to highlight here. So this is about your CCNA. Now let us move and let's see what we can see here. See, CCNA is a topic where majorly we will learn three things. One is your IP address concept. Second is your router concept. Third is your switch concept. So today, if you go and see any company across the globe, whether it is a physical server or a cloud server, a cloud network, physical network or a cloud network, we cannot imagine networks without IP addressing and the router concept. So this is what we are going to learn in season. Okay, fine. So these are the topics actually. Management will share all the details with you. There is something called routing. This is what we have in our physical network as well as in your cloud network. Okay, so routing will be there, static routing, dynamic routing. There are certain protocols we need to learn like RIP, EAGRP, and OSPF. So we'll just go through these protocols theoretically as well as practically. Okay, and then we have something called ACL, access controllers. That is a security concept. So how we can provide security on a server or on a network, that is what we will learn in this ACL. See, the ACL is part of CCNA. The same access control list will be part of cloud computing. I repeat, access control list is part of CCNA. Access control list is part of your cloud computing. In CCNA, we are spending 3 classes on ACL. In cloud computing, we are spending 2 classes on ACL. And in Linux administration also, there is a concept called ACL that will spend at least 2 classes. So at least 6 classes in this package, we are going to learn a concept called access control list. Okay. And then we have something called network address translation here. Network address translation is a service that we use on a physical server, physical network, as well as in cloud. So whatever topics you see here, my friend, the topics will be available in networking part, and majority of topics will repeat again in cloud. Okay. Now there are few topics which are majorly there for your networking part only. Like for example, there is a concept called VLAN. In last 15 years of my career, 15, 16 years of my career, I have never seen a person who has completed an interview without facing questions from VLANs. What's your local area network? This is majorly a CCNA topic, but the importance of topic is so much that, literally in every interview, they will ask you something about VLANs. So this is something about your CCNA, my friend. This is your CCNA syllabus, which takes around 35 days. Okay. Now, there are a few questions here. Okay, what is the duration of AWS? Yeah, so I'll come to the duration very soon. This is the duration of season, and there is 35 days. Let me just go with the Linux server administration, and then we'll go with the duration of AWS as well. So in Linux server administration, we need to start from the basics. From the scratch level, we need to start. Like what is the operating system? What are the types of operating systems? What are the differences between Linux and Unix? Okay, what is this RHEL? What are the flavors we have in this RHEL? Okay, then we will see how we can install the operating system. Okay, give me a second, please. Okay, so this is what we will start with the basics, then we'll see the installation part, and then we will go with the Linux advanced concepts. Like, what is the architecture of Linux? What is the file system? What are the commands we need to use in
Hello.
Linux? The commands.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead with.
So, sir, in my 10 plus years of experience, I have plus, and in my career, I haven't seen that most of the networking part we have used. Where we have used and why? In which perspective?
You are having 10 years of experience in what field, my friend?
DevOps.
You're having DevOps, right? You're
Yes.
using DevOps on cloud?
Yes.
Yes. You're using a service called VPC?
VPC is there, and other services are also there, microservices.
Yeah. But my question is,
But
are you using VPC there?
no, VPC is not there.
Say, without VPC, you cannot use cloud. Listen carefully. Without VPC, you cannot use cloud. Virtual private cloud is one of the top 2 or 3 services we have in cloud computing. Without VPC, you simply cannot use cloud. I repeat again, without VPC, we cannot use cloud. We cannot store any data. We cannot run any applications. We cannot take any servers without VPC. VPC is a service that is completely based on networking.
Okay.
So maybe you're not using because it is not there under your job role, but there is a team in your organization which is working on VPC, which is working on the networking part of your DevOps. Without VPC, without networking, you cannot imagine DevOps or cybersecurity or cloud or anything else. Maybe it is not under your domain. Maybe it is not under your profile. Maybe it is not under your job role, but there is a dedicated team in your organization which is working on this particular networking part.
Okay.
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 This is its service. Fine. Now coming to the Linux administration, again, see, we'll be learning all these things like, some user administration, group administration, file permissions, access control list, disk management, giving permissions to user to work as administrator. Okay. RPM service, YUM service, process management, backup and restore, automation, configuration of the networking part. See, again, the networking part is there in Linux as well. We need to see how to configure the Linux, the networking part, like, the IP addressing, the NIC teaming, all the things. Again, we need to see in the Linux administration also. Networking cannot go anywhere. Networking will remain with you for rest of your life. Okay, then NIC teaming, and there are certain servers we need to select: DNS server, DHCP server, web server, and few other servers. Okay, these are the few other services we will see. But again, coming to the networking part, my friend, see, if I go to the AWS syllabus now, see, AWS will take around 45 days. This is one of the question here. What is the duration of AWS? It will take around 45 days. Now, see, in this AWS, we are starting from very basics again. And once you go to the advanced services, one of the first service we see here is actually VPC. And in this VPC, subnets, CIDR block, route table, internet gateway, NAT gateway, IP addresses, VPC peering, whatever topics I have named right now, all these topics you're going to learn in more details in CCNA actually. I repeat, in CCNA, there is a concept called network address translation. There is a concept called internet gateway. There is a concept of route table. There is a concept of CIDR block, subnets. VPC peering means making connection between two VPCs, elastic IP addresses. You cannot see a company today which is using the cloud setup or which is using a physical server, and they are not using these terms, or they are not using these services. That's literally not possible, my friend. So networking is indeed the backbone of every network, whether it is a physical network or whether it is a virtual network. If you want to start something in DevOps, you should start from networking and Linux administration. If you want to go with the cloud computing, you should start from the networking and the Linux administration. If you want to go with cyber security or anything in your career, my friend, you should start from this. Suppose imagine if you are a programmer, you are already working on Java, Python, or .NET for last 10 years. Your company is asking you to go with AWS, then you should go with AWS and Linux. But again, to understand the concept of AWS, like, VPC, virtual private cloud, one of the most important service, we have to go with, again, networking part. Networking will remain with you for rest of your life. Okay. Then, we have security. These are some of the services actually, VPC. Then we have security. Then there is a service called Elastic Cloud Compute. This is the most important service we have. VPC will come maybe at number 2 or number 3 position, but EC2 will come at number 1 position. Probably this module will take the most time in in AWS. It may take around, let's say, 10 to 12 classes actually. We just need to see how we can connect, how we can create a Windows server and Linux server, and how we can connect to Windows server and Linux server, and do all the other activities that are needed to learn. See, if I go back to my AWS cloud here, and if I say EC2, virtual servers in cloud, this is the most important service, my friend. So we'll be learning auto scaling here, load balancer, network and security, elastic block store, images and instances. We'll learn literally everything there. Okay, so this is that particular service. So like this, we have like few more services related to storage, services related to scalability and high availability, services related to IAM, identity and access management, storage, again, S3 service, services related to, monitoring, simple notification service, cloud trial, Route 53, databases. These are some of the things. And then we will see how we can deploy a server, a web server over the internet. I'll show you how to deploy a web server in live session, so that you can see how exactly the servers are working over the internet. That will be easy actually. That will be fun and easy. So that's a different thing. Okay, there is one more question here, 6 a.m. class only. So as of now, Ben, we have only 6 a.m. slot available for the AWS and 9 p.m. slot available for CSN. As of now, these are the slots we have. Done. Are we learning Lambda? No, this is what we are.
I have a question.
Yeah, Ben.
What's that 9 p.m. for CCNA? Is it the same thing or different from what we're doing at 6 a.m.?
6 a.m. is for Amazon Web Services, 9 p.m. is for Network Administration, that is CCNA. Both are completely different, right?
Oh, okay, not the same course, right?
Not the same course. Linux Administration, CCNA, and Amazon Web Services are 3 different courses. But why we have added 3 different courses in one package? There is a reason. All these courses are connected with each other, right? You cannot skip Linux, you cannot skip CCNA, you cannot skip AWS. We are not learning AWS and then Python and then some multimedia courses and then let's say some, SAP courses. No, that will be different courses, a different package. But here we are learning 3 courses which are completely connected with each other. I repeat again, my friend, today you cannot show me a person who is working as a cloud engineer or cloud administrator anywhere across the globe without having the knowledge of Linux and networking. I can challenge you, you literally cannot show me anyone who is working without the knowledge of Linux and the networking part. It is literally mandatory for you to learn this. Okay, so this is the reason we have added this package. And in case if you're still interested only in few things, see, it's up to you. It's up to you to take a call. But this is the actual reality. This is the actual demand across the globe. You just need to have the knowledge of these 3 things. I started my career around 14, 15 years before. I started my career as a networking as well as on the server administration. Remember yesterday I showed you, if you know these 2 things, AWS will look super easy. The 2 most important services in Amazon Web Services are this EC2. This is the first most important service, and the second most important service is VPC. We'll be spending around 20 days learning these 2 services, these 2 modules actually. There are many services under this module, so we'll be learning 2 modules in great details. It will take around 20 classes for these 2 modules. VPC is a module that is based completely on networking, and EC2 is a module that is based completely on this server administration part. If you say you have not seen the networking part or the server part in cloud, you have not seen anything in cloud, my friend. Let us be brutal honest here. These are the 2 most important parts of our server administration. The network administration are the 2 most important part of cloud or DevOps or cyber security or anything. Obviously, security will be there. Security will go with, let's say, 3 classes in AWS, 3 classes in CCNA, and there will be security in Linux also. You know what will be the security in Linux? If I go with this option of, let's say, file permission. Let me just show you this option, this one. This is security. Access control list, again, is security. Okay. And you know how we are learning these courses? AWS, there is a AWS account that we need to create. But coming to the networking course, that is your CCNA, we have a simulation here that is called Cisco Packet Tracer. We'll just go with the Cisco Packet Tracer. You need to install the simulation software. It's a free software available on the internet. So Cisco has introduced a software called Cisco Packet Tracer where they can offer you certain, routers and switches, and you can simply go there and you can use these devices. See here, this is a setup that I have created for some people actually in some other class. This is a router. What you see here is a router and this is a switch. These are the 2 devices that you are going to learn in CCNA, routing and switching. Okay, and once you go inside the router here, for example, I'll show you how to install and how to use the Cisco Packet Tracer in coming classes. But as of now, once you go to CLI here, it will look something like this. Show IP interface brief is one command. So once you enter this command, you will see output like this. So this is your command here, show IP interface brief, and this is some output. This is a simulation software using which we can do all CCNA practicals. And the command that I have used here, show IP interface brief, the same command we use on a physical router, on a Cisco physical router, and the output will be exactly same. So it's not a big deal to go with the practicals of CCNA also, right? If you know the practicals of CCNA, the networking practicals, it will be super easy for you to understand many things in networking actually. Okay, I repeat again, networking is indeed a very, very major part of our career. Okay, so let me show you a few more things here. See, this is a concept related to switching. So this is one more device that is called switch. And here we have some other configuration. Like if I say show VLAN, remember I showed you the VLAN is literally the most important concept in local area network. So this is the command, show VLAN. You can see some output there. Actually, I have seen many people who started their career on server administration and some other things. But once they start learning CCNA part, they were so interested in this networking part that, for many years, they are working on networking now. Networking is such an important thing, my friend. Okay, so for AWS, we know this is our official account, AWS account. We have to do practicals here. You should create AWS account. It's a free account. And for CCNA, this is your Cisco packet tracer. You can simply install and do the practicals. And coming to the Linux administration, my friend, Linux administration also, we have to go with a simulation. There is something called Oracle VirtualBox here. So let me just start a machine. I can simply install the Linux server here and I can do all the practicals in my machine. You just need to have a computer. Let me show you the requirement. If you have a computer, let's say laptop or desktop with 6 GB RAM. How much? 6 GB RAM is more than enough for you to do all practicals. One is 6 GB RAM machine should be there. And the other thing is internet. So 6 GB RAM, I'm not going with the processor and the storage. Normally we have sufficient processor and storage. Processor can be i3 or above. And storage can be at least 40 50 GB storage should be available, free storage should be available. So most of the cases we have that much, right? So it's not a big deal. So we just need to have a machine with 6 GB RAM, and if you have the internet connection, your machine is more than ready for you to serve for Amazon Web Services, Linux server administration, as well as the cloud administration. See, this is the Linux server now. It just came up. How we need to connect to the server? We just need to connect to the server by using this particular method. That's it. I'll show you how to make all the setups actually, Linux server setup, cloud setup, as well as your CCNA setup. I have to go through all these things, all the simulations and all the accounts so that you can connect and you can do all practicals. So if I say cat, let me show you what we are learning here, cat etc/os release. See, this is some command here. And can you see here, this is your Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.4 version. This is one of the latest versions from the Red Hat people. So this is what going to learn in our Linux administration class. Okay, so this is the package here, my friend. I repeat again, this is a package. If someone is interested only in one course, it's up to you to take a call. But if you're thinking of a career for next 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 20 years, then better go with this complete package. Just take a challenge for next 100 days. Just try to go and complete everything in Linux and CCN and AWS. After 100 days, you will be 100% eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth. I can challenge you, my friend. You'll be ready to face an interview in any company on the face of the earth. Okay, every class will be there at least, or let's say around 60 minutes. Weekly, we have at least 5 classes. In some days, in some weeks, we can go with like 6 classes. Every class is recorded here. All the recordings will be shared with you. And I'm Shakeel Aman here. I'll be taking all the 3 classes for you. Amazon Web Services, Linux administration, as well as your network administration. I'll be handling all the 3 classes. Okay. So like I said, I'll share my WhatsApp number in coming classes, and I'll share my mail ID. So in case if you have any doubt, you can simply ping me on my WhatsApp number. It's not like only for 100 days. The number is there with you for maybe ever. Whenever you need some suggestions, some help, some doubts, and all these things, you can simply ping me on my WhatsApp number. I'll clear every doubt that you have there regarding AWS, Linux, and CCN, or anything that is related with AWS, Linux, and CCN. Okay. And if someone is planning to go with DevOps as their career, cybersecurity as their career, cloud computing as their career, it's just a friendly suggestion, my friend. When you do the course, where you do the course, again, it's a different thing. It's up to you to take a call. But please do not go with any bigger technologies or any newer technologies or any technologies which is in more demand without having the proper understanding of the server administration part. I'll repeat again, server administration part and the networking part. Networking part is the backbone of our any project or any technology. Done? So that's it from me for today, friends. Tomorrow it will be the last demonstration. We'll try to see a few more things about cloud and all the other things. And after tomorrow, they will change the link actually. So in case if you want to go with anything else, any other, okay, let me just share the numbers here. These are WhatsApp numbers as well as these are the numbers on which you can make a call. These are the management numbers here, friends. Okay, so if you have any other doubts, any other things you need to clear, just try to call on these numbers. Hopefully there will be a team actually, so they will assist you in every way possible. Okay, and coming to the syllabus, I have just showed you the syllabus, but management will share all the syllabus with you. Syllabus for CCNA, syllabus for the Linux administration, as well as syllabus for the Amazon Web Services. This syllabus will remain with you for rest of your life. EC2 service will never go anywhere. VPC service will never go anywhere. Security will never go anywhere. Okay, file permissions will never go anywhere. Sudo will never go anywhere. Yum, process management, backup, automation, networking in Linux. Okay, and coming to CCNA, there is something called port security. There is something called VLANs. Okay, there is something called, network address translation. We are able to connect to the session because there is a network address translation working there. We are able to connect to the server session because there is a protocol like OSPF, EIGRP is working there. We are able to connect to the session because there is something called, IP address is running somewhere in your machine as well as in my machine. So these are not only for basic purpose, or these are not only to learn. This is actually your technology, my friend. These are the technologies on which the complete internet and all the companies are working. Okay, last thing, like I said, once you go with this particular package, you can apply for different job roles. You're not restricting yourself only to one particular job role. If you can take example of a footballer, when you go with a football team, there are certain people who are working as strikers, forwarders, defenders, goalkeepers, center back, midfield, all these people are there, right? What if you can do any task? You can play as a striker as well as a goalkeeper, maybe as a midfielder, maybe as a defender. That's a great thing to have, right? Maybe a football club like Real Madrid or Barcelona or maybe Manchester United will come to you to sign you. I'm just trying to take a general example here. So these are the three courses that can make you good in three different things, and every company they need networking people, Linux people, and the cloud people for sure. Done. So this was your second demonstration, friends. Over to you now. I'm still here for like a couple of minutes. Time is up actually, but still, let's see for next couple of minutes. If you have any doubts, any questions, I'll be more than happy to assist you. If not, we can just stop the session for today and we'll meet again tomorrow at same time with same link. Tomorrow is the last day for this particular link. After tomorrow, they will change the link. And whatever recorded classes they will, record, the recordings will be shared only with people who register for this particular course. So tomorrow it will be the last demonstration, friends. So I'm here for at least 30 more seconds. Anything else, we'll see, or else we'll stop the session for today. I just want to say very good luck for your careers, my friend. Just try to start a career in the best way possible. And whatever courses you see in this package, again, when you learn, where you learn, it's up to you to take a call. But if you can go with these three courses in this package, you have literally done justice to yourself by starting your career in the best way possible, my friend. There cannot be any other better way beside this server, network, and cloud to start your career in this particular field. Okay, done. So that's it for the day, friends. Take care and hope to see you again tomorrow at same time, 6 a.m. That is for AWS. And let's see how it goes from tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last demo session. So whatever doubts, questions you have, feel free to clear everything tomorrow in your live session. Okay. And before I go, like I said, I'm Shakeel Aman here. I'll be the trainer for you for Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration, as well as the network administration. And if time permits, I'll just try to add few things about the Windows Server Administration part also. There are only two servers, right? Windows and Linux. So I'll just try to go with the Windows administration part also there. Okay, done. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.